Hello everybody, this is Phazeon Phoenix and I am back playing Rimworld once again. So, just found out actually some news that the final release of Rimworld will be on the 17th of October. It's only 10 days away. So, kind of jumped the gun a little bit, but you know what? It's still fine. This game is good. I've played it since I think beta 16 at least. You know, it's been good and it's only getting better as it goes. So let's hope that continues even after release. So anyway, so where we were was our three people, Jan, Ella, and Lynn, and my dog Nacho. All crash landed and managed to gather up what they could, and they found a place to stay. So now, as the night continues on, we've got more to do. First thing is that I'm going to let them cover this, finish covering that, and as you can see, I've also still got trees to be cut down. So. And not fully done on planting all of my plants either. Almost, but not quite. So I'm going to have to let them do their own thing for a little bit, which will be working eventually. Let's see. Usually though, when I get a few more people going, I'll switch to a day and a night shift idea. But right now, it really doesn't matter. Unless you've got a night owl at the beginning, don't worry about it. So let's see. Yeah, this is very temporary because I'm thinking already where I want to possibly build myself in here. And I'm looking at this going, well, I've got a bit of a natural shape going like this. Oh, see, this is the plan thing. Basically, I can mark lines with these, and they're only indicative. They don't do anything. So I could do this as this is basically the extreme northeast corner, something like this. Where am I down here? Right here. So. Can you then do a right turn like this? Whoops. Let's pause that for a minute as I continue talking. So that's a fairly good size. So if I try to build in this area, I've got to move a little bit down here, it seems, to get into the center of things. So what I will then do is let's start building a nice big barn structure for the center of town. We'll do 13 by 13. I think that'll be large enough. No, I want 13 interior, not 13 exterior, so I need to go a little more. Yeah. Alright, so this will be the storage, the great big storage room, where basically everything that doesn't need to be refrigerated or isn't rotten is gonna go. Yeah, actually, why don't we just stop this then? So, this is what I'll show you. If you remember, I put this here. Now I want to take this back. That will get taken down. Just cancel the ones here. And then this one will be removed once the final, all the roofs have been removed from the top. Now, let's see. We'll do this by... Alright, so this introduces a little bit of logic that you've got to consider here. What will they do? Which ones will they take it to? Well, the honest answer is that right now, if I do nothing more, both these stockpiles are basically the same. So they'll choose one. I'm not exactly sure the choice logic, but they'll choose one and put it in there until there's no room left. So what would happen is eventually this would fill up and then they'd start putting it over here. Not quite what I want, because I would like them to move it. these storage piles have the idea of priority. So I could make them take the stuff from here and put it here by doing this, by making this an important storage, and this is still only standard or normal. The other option you could do is delete the old storage zone, and they will of course start picking up and moving everything. The only thing about that is that it doesn't count as it being in your inventory, and you can't build with it. So it is a little better to have them do this. Let's see, they're going to be doing nothing but hauling at this moment if I do this, and that is actually fine, because Ella is planting. Nacho is just wandering around. These are boom rats. They literally they're like genetically modified creatures, and they've got giant sacks of explosive chemicals on their backs. So you shoot them, you fight them, whatever, they blow up. they cause fires. Those are the little ones. The boomalopes, the larger ones, are a little bit more useful and sometimes worth the risk. Do I have any? I don't think I do. No, I don't have any on this map. That doesn't matter. You can tame them and then start milking them for chem fuel, which you can then put straight into and burn for electricity. So that is indeed one viable way of getting power in this game, is to wrangle or farm, ranch, whatever you want to call it, boomalopes and milk them for chem fuel. I, on the other hand, am going to have to rely on some other things. What have I got for power anyway? Wood fuel generator and a wind turbine. So, you know, I could very well start with a wood fire generator. I'm in a deciduous forest. I've got plenty of trees, even if they have to go for a little walk for it. The one downside is a bit of the logic with the job priorities regarding the refilling of a generator or anything that has the ability to be refilled. I think it's actually part of haul, which means it's actually very low priority and sometimes doesn't get done. Speaking of priority, we can put these back down now. Excuse me. So, what was I saying before? Well, anyway, let's keep going. So they are moving, as you can see. They're not removing the roof yet, but maybe... Oh, wait, it's time for bed. Okay. So as I said, I think I put it out last time, this is where you restrict what they do during a certain time of day. I have tested out with couple different things, and I'm testing this one right now where I'm not telling them to do anything other than the time I would like them to start to go to sleep. If you're, you know, obviously Lynn is up at 5 in the morning. If we look at her stats here, she's got all the rest she needs, food in a little bit, you know, she's out hunting. Why not? So, you know, it's just personal preference how you choose to do this. This is just how I do it. It's like, look, you go to sleep here, then stay asleep as long as you want. And they usually do a pretty good job of keeping themselves busy when they have work to be doing rather than lazing around recreating. Go, 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 go. So, other things that I could use. Let's keep going with structures here. Now I'm gonna build specifically in a bit of a pattern here where I've got 3. I'm gonna have 3 in between corners, possibly without crops like that. The reason being is I want to try and create some little defendable positions around as I go. This will help. This will let me, you know, hopefully it will help with in place until I get walls built around, and that's quite a considerable time for that. I don't have a whole lot. I could go to here, for example. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do, actually, now that I see that. I'll explain. I am going to use this little line of formation of rocks as part of my defensive structure. So we're going to have to build there to there, then from here to here, and then, yeah, so I've got this corner. There's a thing there. There's a thing there. There's a thing there. Hey, didn't I say that last time? Where are the rest of them? Yeah, there's just this one outlier out here. That's outside the area that I would probably plan to expand to. Now, this is obviously a very long-term goal. I won't be building the walls this way around. I could put a kill box right here, but that way later. Okay, so they're building this. They're getting good at this. Hopefully they'll start putting the roof around. I think this is the right size. Either that or I'll have one gap in the middle. That'll be obnoxious. Pardon me. And some tea. Okay, so all my plants have been planted. Large amount of cotton going. Ooh, rain. Rain, rain, rain. Let's slow down a little bit here. It's this square that's right dead smack in the middle. Oh, some run from the people of the forest. I don't know what that. I'll have to figure out how to pronounce that. Visiting the colony. She is named Blue Tonchi. Seems to have a few items for trade. What do we got? You can check what they have in their hand down here. Not much. No, she's a tribal, so she's not carrying a whole lot. I could buy some pemmican, but that's a very, very small amount. It'd last a day or two. Not even that. Pemmican, it's a food source that has been processed to last longer. You typically have to eat more of it, but it will stay around longer. So it's good for long term, like or if you're traveling, for example. So let's find out though if she'll buy anything. I don't think we've got anything that we would really want to part with. Okay, come on, bio. Who is my best social? Well, Yan, unfortunately, with a 4. What are you doing? Building roof. You can wait on that. Here, come over here and talk to Ponchi. I could sell you a pair of pants, which somebody took off because they put on the pair of flak pants. But that's about all I could do is sell you that. And honestly, I don't think so. Alright, well, hey, nice to see you. There's a mod that I often play with called Hospitality, and it lets you build guest accommodations, and you can entertain guests, although, you know, I don't know how much you'd entertain one, but hey, yeah, you know, they'll hang out in your mess hall wherever everybody's eating. They'll play recreational things with you and stuff. You know, it's kind of neat, but it's not in the vanilla. The vanilla just sets the framework, and it's already a very complex framework. So I figured I'd show just vanilla at first, and honestly, it's going to take a little while for all the mods to catch up to running the new version anyway. More importantly, I think it's going to take a little time for it to propagate through the Steam Workshop. But either way, I'm going to continue to do this until something bad happens. I am actually playing on a fairly high storyteller setting than some that I frequently play at. So we'll see. I mean, I may end up getting tromped by something real quick here. So, but you can actually change it at any time by going into here to the options, as you just saw. And actually, speaking of options, I want to do one thing. Plant wind sway. Turn that off. That gives you shivers. I don't know. Yeah. The way it looks at higher speeds is a bit obnoxious. Yep. Goodbye. Have a nice trip. How are you? How is your people liking me anyway? Oh, you're neutral. Yeah. See, I could have chose to attack here. Oh, now finally they're going to ask for a name for my both my faction and my settlement. That's where I'm at. So, what shall we call our faction here? The Iran Nation? South Raider? Northwest Lauran Unification? League of Stla? Pact of Minmonum? Minminum? Something a little easier to say to pronounce. Unification of Fardenois? I don't know. Southeastern Heffenen? Butiron? Amalgamation of Neba. Organic Compact of Anberm. Dominum. Western Banum? I guess that's normal enough to go for now. And the settlement here, Tesnus. Village by the Pit. No. Bush does. Families Field. Funwitland. Rawas. Bonevaroon. Salt Flat. Witness. Verbrad. Longfellow. Lentfrian. Pondos by the Hill. Oh yeah. Been here. Done that. Yeah, okay. Been here. Okay. Been here. But been here. Whatever. Been here. I can call it whatever I want. Anyway. So everybody's asleep at the moment, aren't they? No. Everybody's just kind of not dealing so well with the weather. Oh, I see what the problem is, actually. I need to tell them to cut more wood. Because they have run out and they're not building anything over here, I think. Maybe. Kinda. Sorta. As you can see, I'm starting to run out of all the stuff that's in the nice, convenient areas. Eventually, you can learn to grow trees. So, we will be doing that. Let's see. So, if we're doing this, where we've got nobbins on either side of the buildings with a large... Wait, what's going on? Lynn, what's the matter? Oh dear, I've got a night owl. That's what I've got. Okay, Lynn needs to go... What's the... Hang on, I don't know what the exact start time needs to be. 11 to 18. So if we restrict her to go to bed at, let's see, oh, wait, bed, sleep. Lynn, go to sleep here and you stay awake there. Alright, so Lynn, is now the time that she should be sleeping. No, it's actually too late for that, so temporarily at least I will tell her go to sleep from now until the time she's actually supposed to be awake. Because she is past time there. So, go to bed! Alright, fine. If you want to keep working around, go for it, but you really need to go lay down. Need defenses. Yeah, I need to start building some things here. What? Oh, okay, first little crisis thing going on. I already tell that this is not quite going to work, my layout here, or at least I need to make this building not have the gap there. So we'll go back to that later. Mad rat. What happens is that some of the animals on the map will go mad and they'll start attacking humans. They gain the maddened manhunter trait. So fortunately it's a rat, but you honestly cannot mess around with anything, even if it is just a rat, because we would probably be fine even if we got bit. But the biggest problem is getting infections if you can't treat it, if you've got one of the harder starts, for example. So let's see, I am looking here. You have the revolver. Yeah, come stand out here with me. Now I hit R here to recruit. Where is the rat? Where is the rat? Oh. There it is. So, yeah, he's already taken shots at it. Hopefully he'll hit it. Oh, you got it once. Oh, come on, Yan. Well, he's not a very good hit, so now you got to start hitting it. There. Alright, so he got out of that unscathed. Not even a bite. Is this dead? It is dead. So let's... Not assigned to hunting. Alright. There we go. Alright, so... let's see, he's done now. So, recruiting them is a way for you to gain much better control over them in a combat situation like that. What I really had him do is just stand out there waiting for the rat to come in. The rat wasn't really a threat, not even at all, but it was an obnoxious thing. So, the next thing I'm going to need to build after this nice big storage room is going to be a fridge and a kitchen with a butchering station next to it. It's in separate rooms, which I'll get into later. This would be fine for either. I could actually do much smaller than this for the kitchen or the butchery, but that's big. And then I could do, yeah, you know what, I'll do it that way. That actually sounds like a good idea. So I will take this structure and this will be roughly the same size as pretty much everything else. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. That was 15 by 15. That's the halfway mark. Yeah, see, I was shortchanging these a little bit. That's not really that big, but you know what? I could, you know what? Okay, this will be fine because I've got a plan to what to do with it in the future when I upgrade this. Because this will be, I'll turn this into a cold storage, and then we'll have 2 rooms here for work things. One will be the kitchen. I'll have the butchering table in here, and the other, and maybe something like the tailoring bench or something like that. That won't really make that much of a difference. Well, now that I'm here, and she is after the time when she should be awake. There we go. Okay. Is she still okay? No, she still says major break. But I think she'll be fine. Yeah, I've also got to get them somewhere to eat. You know, that's what I'll put here. The butcher table will be here in one of the tables. In the tables that we'll have for now. Oh, you know, that doesn't sound so great. Wait a minute. Okay. Need a meal source. Yeah, I know, actually, I do. I've got 31 meals left. That's not gonna last me for very long. Yep, we've got to do this rather quickly. I don't have to build the fridge just yet. What I've got to do that is go under here under temperature and bring a cooler out. And as you can see, there's an input, there's an exhaust and a cool output. So the exhaust, you want to typically go outside into the open air. If you are in, for example, a cave, it will drastically increase the temperature. Otherwise, but if with the open air like this, it just kind of disappears. Summer, yay! So we are now in the summertime here. We kind of landed at the very end of spring. So yeah, okay. So they have completely emptied this zone, so now I can get rid of it, and it would be fine. And they have finished removing the roof, so I can deconstruct that. Otherwise, if I did that the opposite direction, the ceiling will fall, and you'll get hurt. Okay, so they're going to sleep now. Oh, you're hauling. I've only got one constructor at the moment. Maybe I could... No, she's not bad. I could put her on a 3 as well. Lynn's my night owl. She's doing great. And honestly, it is good to have a night owl because the nighttime is just nothing happens, and it's fairly long, unlike compared to Oxygen Not Included's little night cycles. There's just a couple of hours basically. This is a good third of the day they spend asleep. Okay, Jan is constructing. Oh, wait a minute. I almost forgot doors. Yeah, I think I did forget doors, but oh well. So yeah. No. Yeah, why not? Yeah, sure. Alright, let's, put the little knobs here like I've been talking about. You don't have to do this. I'm actually just experimenting with this, given the kind of open layout that we've got here. I mean, it works both ways, of course. Try to be a little bit more tactical in my defenses than just building a wall. I'll do that eventually, don't worry. I need a good place to set up... I know. Butchering and stone crafting can go in there, because that tends to be kind of... You know, people don't really mind doing anything else with that. So, what I've got to actually do is to find a dumping stockpile, and about, say, yay big. The reason is, when I go here and I hit on its storage, it's not about this so much. No, I don't want corpses. I want chunks. Specifically stone chunks. So, let's see, what does it show I've got over here? Anyway, I want stone chunks moved here because I'm going to start having somebody carve these stone chunks into stone blocks so I can make them into walls. I've got a fair amount of marble, but I don't want to build walls with marble, so let's not use that. Sandstone is good for cheap walls, and limestone is a little better. Neither one is really very strong. That would be granite, but I don't have granite on the map. There's a possibility that I could buy granite. Ooh, a bunch of silver there. There's a possibility I could buy granite from a passing merchant, but a bulk goods merchant. Ooh, cargo pods. This is some of the events that happen from time to time that I told you about. In this case, it is 173 pieces of Yorkshire Terrier meat. Oh, well, it was, yeah, we'll just maybe not talk about what that probably was, but now it is just meat. So, yeah, I will kind of need meat, so, I didn't do the killing. Yeah. Anyway, should I have an exit from that to the outdoors? I do not think so. Eventually, what I'll have to do in order this fridge will not be large enough, And what I'll do at that point is hollow out this whole area again, increase it to double walls. That'll help with keeping the cool inside. Actually, you do have to worry about heat transfer. It's a little simpler. Let's see. So they're going to move. So that's what I built this dumping zone for, was for them to move stone chunks over here. The only difference in here between stockpile and dumping stockpile is that they have the opposite things selected. If you look at a storage pile and you go into storage, you'll see that it's everything but chunks and corpses, whereas the default for the dumping stockpile is nothing but chunks and corpses. So they're identical otherwise. You can completely reverse that. The name is just a name here. I think you can even change it. No, you can't. This allows you to copy and paste settings between multiple storage stockpile zones, which I don't really need at this moment. I've got one giant big one, and this will be fine for quite a while, I think. They've got this roofed now. So let's do some floors. Didn't do it in the storage pile because it's really not that big of a deal just yet in there. But we will do the entire floors. You also got to remember to do the ones underneath the doors. I sometimes will use like paved tile or concrete just to differentiate them, but at this moment that's okay. Yeah, see now Peatlin is moving some of these stones from the inside out here and she's putting them here. That's good, because what's going to happen is I am going to start using production tables. First of all, there's going to be a butcher's table in here. I can hardly see. Going to be a butcher's table in here. That's what I've got, right? Yeah, butcher's table. Possibly a sculptor's table? I don't see why not. I don't know if I'm going to be making sculptures this early, but you never know. Decorative items that actually they sell pretty well, so you want to make them anyway. So I made the stone cutter, the wooden stone cutter's table. That's what I needed, as well as we'll need a fueled stove up here. And I'll often put that one little crafting spot that I'll need for making smoke leaf joints. So we need to hurry up and finish that, and then I think I'm going to now turn this off, the auto management of my home area, and I will now start managing this myself. So this whole area doesn't need to be in the home zone because I don't want it cleaned. They'll still go out there and haul. That's not what, unless they're restricted to the home zone, they'll still go out and do other things, but the home zone indicates where they'll do repairs, where they'll clean. That's the other thing. You'll have your cleaning ones do a lot of needless cleaning of stuff outdoors if you don't start doing this at some point. Fast minor break. Need meal source. I am working on that. You know, I think I just realized all those animals I hunted earlier just went nowhere because they just rotted away because I didn't have anywhere to do anything with them. Oh dear. Oops. Sorry. Bumped the microphone. Yeah, this is a little tedious, but that's fine. Basically, because of the fact that they use this for cleaning, is why I'm limiting this down so restrictively. One of the other mods that I tend to play with quite often adds a functionality where you specify what zone is going to be cleaned, and that starts out as being the home zone. But you can change that, and usually I add a cleaning zone, and it's very, very tightly controlled. And at that point, I don't care about the home zone. It's only about repair. And most things are fine that way. So, yeah. Okay, so that's good enough for that. So I just have to remember to mark it as home zone when I start expanding some more. Everybody wake up. It's time to do some work. Oh, look, we're getting our first harvest of rice. Although it's not all of them all at the right same time. This got planted unevenly, but that's okay. Oh, we're still trying to train Nacho. Come back, Nacho. Ella's trying to train you. Failed. 98% chance. Oh. So she's got a little bit more training to do. See, what happened is that the animal training job came up and she stopped harvesting to do so because animal handling's here. Huh. Interesting. Maybe I was right, though, that it just wasn't quite all ready to be harvested. Oh well. Sometimes you can you can really figure it out. Other times it kind of baffles you, the number of factors that go into their decision making as to what they'll do next. Ah, good. See, now they're building some of the floors out here. The problem that I've got right now, and I'm working to fix it, is that all of this is wood, and wood burns. And this game does indeed have Molotov cocktails, so they will be throwing things at me to burn things. Usually they go for fields of crops for that, but if you have wooden houses, they'll gladly burn it all down. So very soon I will have to replace all these walls with stone. But here's the stone maker right there. Alright, so this is the first workbench that we've come across. They have an order methodology going on where you add a bill to make something. I need specifically, I think I said I had limestone and sandstone. Let's start with sandstone. So it starts out, make one sandstone block. I can go increase it like this and do what I want. There's other modes though. You can do X times, do until you have X, or do forever. You do use that on a couple occasions. So I use do until you have X. It starts with, say, 10. I'm going to put this up to, say, 210. Yeah. So that means that now somebody can do... So there's a crafting job available. So now whoever can do crafting... I will go ahead and enable this as... Well, maybe not for Jan. Jan's got a lot of other duties to do. And Ella, well, you know what? Ella, at the moment, kind of more needed for you to craft and grow and all that. To grow first, obviously, we need that. That's our food. Crafting next, because I do need the stone. That is very important. And I don't have a research bench yet. Oops. First raid. Okay, well, we'll have to deal with this next time because I'm running out of time, but let's take a look at what we've got coming at us. Group of pirates from the Victor lineup have arrived nearby. They are attacking immediately. You'll get more information in that little line there if they're doing something special. This guy wasn't. It is one individual. It's Arison. He's a researcher. He's equipped with a steel knife that is normal quality and at 46% health or durability, or however you want to look at that. He's addicted to psychite. That's the hard drug that's distilled out of one of the plants that I can grow. They got a few scars, nothing. Oh, and a wooden foot, so they're a little slow. That's good. In pain too. Oh. See, now I kind of wish we could get this individual. We may or may not. We don't have to worry about them though, because they have no skill. They're an utter beginner with that knife. So, and they got a bit of tea. 49. Well, this individual, she should have come over for tea rather than coming over and attacking. We would have joined in quite nicely. But now we're going to have to potentially shoot her. Or... Well, we'll have to deal with that next time, though. Maybe I can switch off and just melee attack her with my fists and get her to go down. She's, with the exception of this, which is actually not that bad if all she's got is tea. Because that's not so bad. It's a very mild effect. But then there's the distilled version that we can make and sell, for example. She's really good at crafting and intellectual. Oh, she is really good, actually, so I definitely do not want to just kill her off. So, next time we will have to see how we can do with this little raid. But this is actually the first raid, and it was actually a little late, but that's okay. It helped us. We'll be fine with this one person, and it wasn't even that dangerous. So, well, until next time, this was PhazeonPhoenix playing Rimworld. A vanilla pre 1.0 release, but soon to be full release. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe to my channel, and you have to hit the little bell now to get all the notifications, and like my videos and leave comments because I like reading comments. So until next time, everybody, have a good one. Bye bye.